Did you know that during Donald Trump's presidency, the economy saw its largest drop in GDP due to the pandemic, while Kamala Harris has been shaping policies aimed at economic recovery? That's a pretty surprising statistic, right? Let's dive into what that really means. When I look at the economy under Kamala Harris compared to Donald Trump, the differences in leadership, policies, and outcomes are undeniable. These contrasts matter deeply to me as I consider my options in the 2024 election. Under the Biden-Harris administration, the U.S. economy has seen real growth, especially after the devastation of the pandemic. The U.S. GDP grew by 5.7% in 2021, the strongest annual growth since 1984. This recovery didn't happen by chance. It's the result of smart policies like the American Rescue Plan, which pumped $1.9 trillion into the economy, driving consumer spending and business investment. On the other hand, I remember how under Trump the economy faced serious struggles, especially in 2020. The GDP actually shrank by 3.5% that year, the worst it's been since the Great Recession. Trump's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, calling it just like the flu, led to chaos and economic disruption. His delayed response and lack of a clear strategy left us with prolonged economic instability. Unemployment is a big deal for me because it directly affects people's lives. Under the Biden-Harris administration, the unemployment rate dropped from 6.3% in January 2021 to 3.5% by July 2022, getting back to where it was before the pandemic. This improvement wasn't just luck. It was driven by government spending on job creation, like the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill that funded projects across the country and created thousands of jobs. In contrast, I remember how under Trump, unemployment skyrocketed during the pandemic, hitting 14.8% in April 2020, the highest since the Great Depression. Trump's rush to reopen the economy without adequate safety measures made things worse, leading to a prolonged downturn. Kamala Harris has been a champion for fiscal policies that help working families and spur economic growth. The American Rescue Plan, which she supported, provided direct payments of $1,400 to most Americans, extended unemployment benefits, and expanded the child tax credit, which lifted millions of children out of poverty. These measures didn't just stabilize the economy, they made it fairer. On the other hand, Trump's fiscal policies, especially the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, were mainly about cutting taxes for the rich and big corporations. He cut the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%, and I remember him saying it would unleash an economic miracle. But in reality, it didn't benefit most of us. Those tax cuts added $7.8 trillion to the national debt without giving much back to average Americans. I'm all for a fairer tax system, and under the Biden-Harris administration, that's exactly what they've been working on. They've proposed raising taxes on corporations and on individuals making over $400,000 a year. This approach helps reduce the deficit and funds important social programs. In contrast, Trump's tax cuts were a boon for the rich. The top 1% of earners got nearly 83% of the benefits, while most middle and lower income families saw only tiny reductions in their taxes. Leadership makes all the difference, and Kamala Harris has shown that she's focused on creating an economy that works for everyone. I appreciate when she says, "Our economy should work for everyone, not just the wealthy." Her focus on inclusive growth contrasts sharply with Trump's leadership, which often seemed to prioritize the rich. I remember Trump saying, "I am a big fan of the stock market," which showed me where his priorities were, boosting markets, not necessarily helping the working class. It's not just me who sees the difference. Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's Analytics, praised the Biden-Harris approach, saying, "The American Rescue Plan and subsequent policies have put the economy on a solid footing, creating a foundation for sustainable growth." On the flip side, Nobel Prize-winning economist Joseph Stiglitz criticized Trump's tax cuts, saying, "The Trump tax cuts were a giveaway to the wealthy that exacerbated inequality without providing any real economic benefit." As I think about who to support in the 2024 election, the economic comparison between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump is crystal clear. Harris's policies have led to real economic growth, lower unemployment, and a fairer tax system that benefits more people, not just the wealthy. For me, these factors make her the better choice when it comes to the economy, and that's why I believe her leadership is what our country needs. Who do you think is better for the economy, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's have a conversation. Also, don't forget to check out my other videos for more insights on politics and economics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Support the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and share.